This isn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to point out to home buyers, people who already own their own homes, properties, that concrete cracks in the concrete foundation will be difficult to identify after you have rolled out the carpet padding, covered the entire area, and some of this padding is thick enough it's going to hide a lot of imperfections. You know, you're putting a padding down and then a nice thick layer of carpeting. You're probably not going to be able to feel these cracks if they're smaller than a ½ inch wide through the carpeting, I should say. So just be aware as a home buyer or a homeowner that some of these cracks, can become problems and should be monitored. If you do end up pulling the carpeting up and you see a crack, let's just say that's a ½ inch or larger in width, wouldn't be a bad idea to make a mental note of that, write it down on a piece of paper, take some pictures of it, measure the cracks, and then of course, if you're starting to feel the crack through the carpeting years later, then you will at least know what the problem is. So just don't be surprised. Most of these cracks, I don't want to say most of them, some of these cracks can get larger and often do, because you got to think about what actually caused the crack to begin with, and it usually would have had something to do with the movement in the soil or the building somewhere, and most of the time that just doesn't stop, but at the same time it can. So I don't want to scare anybody into thinking they got a crack and it's nothing gonna, it's never going to be a problem. And don't forget, you can always fill these cracks with a variety of different concrete, epoxies, silicone, whatever you feel like you need to. And of course hope for the best. Let's face it, you can fill this stuff, fill it up, fill a crack up, and carpet everything. And this would be the best way to find out if you have a problem. The next time you go to take the carpeting off and you see that the crack is larger, your filling is loose, then you know that this thing obviously isn't going to go away. It's probably going to get worse over time. At the same time, you fill the crack, you go to carpet it again 10, 15 years later, and everything's the same, looks good, then you're probably not going to have a problem.